Supercars means super prices, right? Well, not necessarily, because in this week's Driven 100, we take two of the established favourites, Ferrari and Porsche, and pit them against a TVR that costs only half as much to find out if you can get the same bang for less bucks.
This week on Driven, we're celebrating supercars. Has the all-British Noble got the breeding to take on the likes of Ferrari and Porsche?
The very first sighting on British TV of Mercedes' new CLK Coupe.
And fancy a sports car of your very own? Then enter our competition to win the use of a Lotus for a year.
Ear-splitting engines, road-hugging aerodynamics and looks to die for. They're supercars. Let's meet the high-powered mean machines in this week's Driven 100.
Ferrari provide the benchmark in this group, and the standard is set pretty high with this 360 Modena. Its looks aren't to everyone's taste, but there's no disputing when you get behind the wheel that this is a car with track-bred performance, a real supercar.
The 911 has been around in one form or another since 1964, and this 996 Turbo certainly keeps the legend alive. It's the only turbocharged car here, but I'll tell you what, you wouldn't know it. Porsche have done something pretty amazing, and that's to get rid of nearly all the turbo lag.
All right, those two may offer pedigree and performance, but at what price? For the cost of either of them, you could have a Tuscan S and a lump of money left over in your pocket. It looks, goes and sounds like something from another planet, even if it did take its name from a bloke called Trevor.
If you value your licence, the only place you're really going to get to grips with one of these cars is on the track. We've brought them to Silverstone's Stowe Circuit. We know these cars are fast, but how fast? To find out where all that supercar cash goes, we've set a lap time in the Renault Sport Clio 172 and installed Ricardo timing gear to ensure split-second accuracy.
Virtually a minute.
Fantastic.
1 minute, 1 second.
Now, with the benchmark set, we can see how quickly a regular driver can get these cars around the track.
Right now, for me, this is, well, one of my dreams come true. I'm sitting in a Ferrari 360 Modena, 400 brake horsepower, F1 pedal shift gearbox.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go!
My God, it's fast, Jace.
The chassis is very reactive, very pointy. It's like a race car.
But I hate that. You come off the throttle, get back on the throttle, and it lurches. It's got a bad throttle lag.
The gearbox is not very smooth. It makes the drive jerky. You can't balance the car properly. Give me back a gear lever. Give me back a clutch. I hate this Formula 1 style paddle. It's just rubbish.
Go on the watch. Now, how did we do?
54.5 seconds. Well done.
Not bad at all. Right now, the second of our cars is the brand new Porsche 911 Turbo.
But it's four-wheel drive, Mike, so you're going to have more grip mid-exit at the corner. It's also got a very, very clever Porsche-designed and engineered stability system.
Right,
so when I say get on a squirt, don't be frightened of it.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
What a quick car! That is fantastic.
Get on the squirt.
Never.
Get on it.
No! Yes, this car is good for nearly 190 miles an hour. That is unbelievable. The grip out of those corners. You can turn in and get on the throttle as early as that because the computer just sorts it all out for you. It's so clever.
Get on the squirt. Get on
I
it.
can't get on the squirt. Oh, gee whiz. That is just bonkers. It's about to be a quick time. Stop.
I can't believe that. 49.8 seconds.
Yes! What a quick old motor. Right now, I'm still smiling from that Porsche experience, but we're in the third of our cars, which is the TVR Tuscan S. So
It's also got no toys, no traction control.
Right.
But apart from that, crack on and have some fun.
All right, I will do.
You ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Brute force! Brute force! Oh, mate, isn't it pointy?
Turns in
Really,
very well.
really
Go
sharp.
on.
It's quick, dynamic, raucous and raw, and it really is a totally different driving experience than what you'll get out of the Porsche or the Ferrari. They've got electronic aids to help you. This car has absolutely nothing. It's using, well, I'm using all the... Oh, it bites you. You can feel it locking up on the rear. You've really got to know what you're doing to be able to handle one of these.
Feed it in, come on!
Feed it in, I'm feeding it in. On the loud pedal. Come on, Jace. 3, 2, 1, now.
52.7
Oh,
seconds.
this car's as quick as the Ferrari.
So the Ferrari was slowest on the circuit, but a great drive. It scores 23. The no-frills TVR beat the Ferrari on time, but it's a beast to drive, so we've given it 23 points too. The Porsche was fastest because of its superb handling, and a well-deserved 24 points.
More from the supercars in the Driven 100 later.
Fancy a sports car of your very own? Then enter our Driven competition. The grand prize is the use of a Lotus Elise for a year. All you have to do to go forward for the draw at the end of the series is to use your skill in predicting correctly which car will win this week's Driven 100. Just call 090 1303 1303 before the results are announced at the end of the programme. We're running this competition every week, so the more you enter, the greater the chance you have of winning. The winner will be chosen after the last programme of the series. And as a bonus, after each programme, the first correct answer chosen at random by computer will win a Lotus driver training experience.
Phone lines are open now. Call 090 1303 1303. Calls cost 50 pence.
Our spies have tracked down exclusive shots of Mercedes' new CLK Coupe, due to be unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show next March. As the footage reveals, the car looks very different to the current CLK. It's based on the platform of the latest generation C-Class, but with a longer wheelbase and a wider track. The new CLK is visibly larger than the sports coupe, and its more rounded roofline gives it the look of the much-loved CL Coupe. Its main rivals will be the BMW 3 Series Coupe as well as the forthcoming Audi A4 Coupe, although just like the current car, a cabriolet version will also be available. There'll be a range of engines from the 2-litre to the 3.2 V6. It'll be available either with a 6-speed manual gearbox or an all-new 6-speed automatic. Our sources also believe that the car could be offered for the first time with Mercedes' new 4-wheel drive system, developed with the Australian firm Stay. So, say good day to a very special car.
You don't have to have a country pile to have a Larry car. Here's 3 very fast cars for around 10 grand. The hot favourite has to be the SC Porsche 911. Make sure it's a post-1979 so it's galvanised and won't rust. Buying an old 911 is like a minefield. Always get specialist advice. Don't want something German? How about something Japanese? A Subaru Impreza WRX. For this money you'll get a P-plate, room in the back for the kids, a huge boot and a 0 to 60 time comparable to a Porsche. Be wary of buying an import though, and once again make sure you go to a specialist dealer. And finally, a little temperamental for some, but hey, it's Italian. It's the Lancia Delta Integrale. You'll have to pay a little bit more for a good one of these, up to 12 grand, but for that, you'll be looking at a 93 and 94 model. But make sure it's not a left to right-hand drive conversion, as there's no guarantee that this would have been done with pucker parts. Now, back to the Driven 100.
We all know supercars have their good points, but practicality doesn't readily spring to mind.
But that's the point. They're supercars, not transit vans. They're built for driving pleasure.
Really? Just because a car handles well and goes fast, it should also be able to carry more than 2 people and a toothbrush.
Listen, Gabriel, if you can afford one of these cars, you can afford to send your kids and your bags on ahead with Jeeves.
Lucifer, there's 25 points up for grabs in the Driven 100 for practicality. And I got a funny feeling we're looking at some pretty low scores here.
Ah, go polish your halo.
Ooh, temper.
OK, let's see if living with one of these cars would be heaven or hell. We've had these cars for a few days now and have put some fairly serious miles on the clock, so we've had a good chance to find out what they'd be like to live with every day.
That Ferrari's dead unpractical. There's nowhere to put me bits and pieces. It's difficult to drive around town. It drops out of gear all the time. You have to select the gear. And it's just a nightmare to park. I can't seem to judge the corners on that car.
Yeah,
It's not going to score well, is it?
No, it's a big car. Bigger than you feel it.
Do you reckon it's single figures?
For a supercar, but it's not meant to be practical, is it? It's a supercar. What, 9?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
TVR?
TVR has got the most enormous boot for a car like that. You just open it up, oh my God, it's huge. But I still think it's quite hard to manoeuvre because the front of the car is so long.
It hasn't got a great steering like that car, admittedly. But it has got space behind the seats as well, Pam.
Yeah, it has.
So, what are we going to score that?
11?
11.
And then we come to the Porsche. As a supercar goes, that's got to be the most practical one there is.
Easy.
It's easy to drive.
It's easy to park as well, which is important.
It doesn't feel unwieldy. It doesn't feel cumbersome. There's quite a lot of space underneath the rear seats if you fold them down, and also on top. There's a half-decent boot on it at the front. It's an everyday car.
Easily the most practical of the three,
What do
so
you
we've got
reckon?
to be thinking...
14,
I was
I
going
think?
to say 14.
So we give 9 for the Ferrari, 11 for the TVR, and 14 for the Porsche.
Yep.
So it's hell and damnation for the Ferrari, but a new halo for the Porsche.
Next on Driven, from kit cars to future classics, is the Noble M12 good enough to take on the might of Ferrari and Porsche? And which of our Driven 100 supercars will get pulses racing at Jordan's Formula 1 workshop? And don't miss your chance to enter our Lotus competition by calling 090 1303 1303. Calls cost 50 pence.
Is wild. Tame it. FIFA Football 2002. EA Sports. It's in the game.
The mayhem and madness that follows could not be described. Roar, roar! Oh, do you hear that, boys and girls? Hey, God, what is it? I've got a lot of elbow skin left. What are we going to do with it? Make wee bags. What are you talking about? I can be a bit relentless, you know.
Right, Billy Connolly Live, greatest hits on video for $13.99 and DVD for $16.99. A visit to Woolworths is well worth it.
Hyundai's new range of powerful common rail diesel engines squeeze every last drop of energy from every last drop of fuel.
You know me, I like nice things, and there are loads of nice things you can buy on the internet. Oh, divine. Look at that. Trouble is, when you order things virtually through the net, that's all they are, virtual. So who can help you get it them? Ooh, that looks good. For me? A poodle. Wow. Magic.
Look, you can't like me.
No, stop. Faking it after Driven.
Welcome back. We're putting supercars to the test in this week's Driven 100. But first, can a British car from a tiny company in the Midlands really take on the might of Ferrari and Porsche?
The problem with the British sports car industry is our perception that the cars just don't cut the mustard when compared with the best the Germans and the Italians can offer.
But things have changed, and this is one of the many protagonists. It's the Noble M12, made by Lee Noble, a low-volume British manufacturer. You may not have heard of the M12, but it's an astonishing machine.
But don't take my word for it.
Meet Jeremy, late 30s affluent entrepreneur, and his brother-in-law Colin, who's made it big in the media. These two boys have got it all. Flash homes, lots of toys, and two of the finest pieces of motoring exotica money can buy.
I've got a passion for cars, and clearly the Porsche offers everything.
What's important to me about my car is just the sense of occasion and just experience a fantastic machine.
If Noble are serious about shifting 200 of these things each year, they have to win over people like Jeremy and Colin.
It's nice, isn't it? I quite like it.
What I like most at the moment is the fact that the steering is razor sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's through these cobble streets.
I'm sitting pretty comfortably. Good leg room for me. I'm 6'2".
Yeah. There's no rattles, no shakes, well bolted together.
No, we've got to be careful here not to lose the front of the car.
Oh, I thought we were going to have the front off then.
If you want to look good, this has certainly got the pose factor.
If you don't want to be noticed,
It's not the car,
not a good car.
No. 45 grand, do you think that's a lot of money?
I think it's a lot of money for a car like this.
I think it's a second car for track days, for fun, 20 out of 10. As your only car, you're going to have to be a real enthusiast.
Yeah. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Sounds like they had a bad cutlery the night before.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, this car keeps farting.
A positive response up to now, but any true test of a performance motor has to be done on the track. So how will Colin and Jeremy get on, considering the Noble has got no anti-lock brakes, no traction control, in fact no fancy electronics whatsoever?
You don't want to brake into corners in a car like this. Store your braking first, get to know it for a couple of laps and see what you think.
Steering's very positive. Good control, flows nicely. Man and machine in harmony.
Power?
Power fabulous.
Just plop into third. And then wait until we're on the exit. And give you some sauce and tell me what you think.
Beautiful.
It's good, isn't it?
Beautiful.
How do you think it compares with your 911?
On a road like this, I'd say it's far better. Superb grip. It feels quite flat as you roll into the corners.
There's not much roll, is there?
Hardly any roll at all.
There's only the issue of practicality.
Yeah.
But if you want a exciting car, well built, handles like a dream, and the right side of 50,000, unbelievable.
If I had a track like this in my garden, then it would certainly be a car to have.
I could stay here all day.
Colin and Jeremy have enjoyed a thorough test drive, but are they convinced? Does the Noble have what it takes for them to buy one?
I wouldn't swap the 550.
But you'd have one then?
I'd have one.
Good stuff. How about you, Jeremy?
Great to drive, superb on the track, good poise, nice balance of steering, the handling, the chassis, the power, effortless. In town it was superb fun. It's a great racing car for the road, but it would have to be a second car after I buy the racing track.
Oh, you want the track first?
Track's got to come first, then the car.
Great stuff. Well, there you go. These guys love the Noble, but only as a second car.
There's just time to enter our Lotus competition. Call 090 1303 1303 and predict the winner of this week's group test. Calls cost 50p. Now, back to the Driven 100.
For our test of desirability, what better place to bring our free cars than to the home of the people who make the ultimate supercar, the Jordan Grand Prix team. If anyone knows what they like and what they don't like, it should be this lot. Right, our first car is a TVR. Come and have a look. Now, what we want is first impressions.
It screams power.
It screams power.
It's just got an aggressive front end. It says, get out my way, let me pass.
Ladies.
It's just got real character. It's funky. It's just something really different.
Like the chrome.
Like the chrome in the alley?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Quite spacious.
It's sort of kit car style, but you know, it's the good parts about having a kit car.
Yeah. In fact, it's probably better. It seems to be a bit of a thumbs up moment, yes, for the TVR. So that's enough of this one. Let's move on to the Porsche and tell us what you think of that.
Right, now this is massively high-tech. The best Porsche can build at the minute.
It is more of a boy racer car, I think, than the TVR.
This has got such a heritage. When we look at a Porsche, we just know there's 20 years of something special there.
I've got to say, this does nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't like it either.
Don't you?
No, I understand completely about the heritage and the history, and that's fine, but this is about desirability, and I don't think it's got enough.
A lot more comfortable than the TVR, classier.
It's a lot more fussy than the TVR, isn't it? Looks-wise. Very black.
Yeah, it is black.
Needs a bit of cheerfulness in here.
Shall we move on to the Ferrari?
Yes. A Ferrari, 360 Modena. Isn't this badge, isn't this what it's all about?
To me, this is more a show car. It's look, I've got some money, I've got a nice car.
Just the whole look of the inside looks really cheap. If you'd taken the badge off and asked me how much the car would have cost, I wouldn't even have come in at a quarter of the cost of the car.
Wow. It's the most desirable mark in the world. That's what I think, you know, ever since I was a kid. I'm gobsmacked that people are standing around here shaking their head and saying no.
It's still desirable to me, but that might be because of my age. Because I'm probably quite a bit older than a lot of these guys in here.
Would you pay 100 grand for these little knobs, though? These little switches?
It's a Ferrari. It's got a horse on it.
Right, the people of Jordan Grand Prix have had a look around our free cars, but it's time for them to vote for the car they most desire. Right, you lot, stand by the car you most want. Right, Pen, how many you got?
Amazingly, I've only got 2 for the Ferrari.
Jace, how many for you?
Well, I've got a pretty reasonable 6.
You got 6, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9. So that's clear. The TVR is the car that this lot most desire. Now, these cars are massively desirable.
Whatever gave you that idea, mate?
Look at them. I mean, they are just evocative. They tug at the heartstrings. These people love them.
I want one.
I'd have all 3 if I could.
But how surprising is the result? 2 people stood by the Ferrari. They may be slightly biased, but 2 people.
I think it all comes down to the amount of money that's left in your pocket. That's what it comes down to. They can see that you can go and buy that TVR at 48 grand and go and bin a lot more money on the hip. Let's score them. The Ferrari is so amazingly desirable. Easily 22 points.
And the Porsche, you got 6 people.
Yeah. See, I think that's the most desirable car ever made.
I'd choose it.
Right, but it's desirable, it's 22, it's the same as the Ferrari, it's 22. Yeah. But we have to go with the people with the TVR.
They loved it. They absolutely
Point more? 23?
23.
Done.
So if you can call 48 grand a bargain, then the TVR is the car for you. And if you want to look flash for a little less cash, here's my tip. To think of an alternative to this week's Driven 100 Supercars was a bit of a challenge. I had to think of something that packed around the same amount of firepower, was reliable, but also affordable. And I think I found one, the Honda NSX. The NSX was introduced into the UK in 1991 and its chassis was tweaked by the legendary Ayrton Senna, and that's why people say they handle so sweetly. But what type of a car do you get for your money? Well, there's an urban myth that says you can pick one of these babies up for around 20 grand, but I've never seen one for that money. No, you're more likely to find one in the mid-90s for around 37 grand, and for that you get a 3.2 litre engine pushing out 277 brake horsepower. In 1992, power steering and an automatic gearbox became an option, but in my opinion, you want to look for the 6-speed stick shift. Don't be put off by a sea of black plastic and leather. It's all very durable and it should last a lifetime. And make sure you get your car inspected. You don't want to buy one that's seen the wrong side of a hedge once or twice in its lifetime. Now, being a Honda, they're probably the most reliable supercar money can buy, but there are problems. Don't forget to check the rear tyres. Every 6,000 miles, this baby will munch through a set. And these rear wheels, they look cool, but believe you me, if they're chipped and curbed like this one, they cost a small fortune. The Honda NSX really is an affordable supercar that you can use every day. But where are you going to find one? Well, at a designated Honda dealer like this. You may pay a bit more money for it in the first place, but I guarantee you'll get a cracking car.
For other hot motors and the biggest selection of used car classifieds, log on to 4car.co.uk.
So you've gone without booze, foreign holidays and lifestyle luxuries to scrape together enough dough to buy the car of your dreams. Think that's the last you'll be shelling out? You better think again.
These cars aren't going to be cheap to run. Petrol and insurance is going to set you back a small fortune. But how much will a replacement tyre cost, say on that Porsche, or a new windscreen for this TVR? Well, that'll set you back £216.43. This tasty little door mirror, 188 quid. And this whole front body section has set you back 4,024 quid.
Knock one of these off, it's going to cost you 622 quid. A new windscreen, a snip at £831. And if you smack one of these headlamp units, it's going to cost you 805 quid.
A new windscreen in the Porsche is £278. Ooh, this sounds like a bargain. Smash one of these in and it'll only set you back 875 quid. Too many wheel spins in a Porky and a rear tyre has set you back 360 quid. Life in the fast lane ain't cheap.
Running costs on these cars are pretty academic, really. The Ferrari's whopping cost per mile of £2.56 means we can only give it 3 points. The Porsche isn't much better at just over £2 a mile, 5 points. So the TVR becomes a bit of a bargain, costing only £1.18 to run, a generous 9.
These are amazing cars, but lack of practicality and high running costs bring down the scores, so a lowly 57 for a Ferrari. The Porsche is a beautiful drive and a little more practical, 65 points. But out ahead, it's the raw power of the TVR. This week's winner with 66.
So there you have it. You can have supercar status for a lot less money. We'll see you next week.
Next week on Driven, can the new BMW 3 Series keep its crown against our favourite, the Audi A4, and Jaguar's baby, the X-Type? And the latest Jeep Cherokee. Will this piece of Americana prove as popular as its predecessor?
Whether you're considering buying a car or just mad about motoring, keep up with the latest news, pictures and road tests with the 4Car website at 4car.co.uk.